Namaste and welcome. My name is Rochelle Richard. Welcome to my channel here at Empowerment Experiences on YouTube, where we are healing twin flames on our self-love empowerment journeys, which you will hear me say all the time, that a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey, because it is about you rising and thriving into your power as your counterpart does the same. We rise, we come together, and we continue rising. All right? That is this journey of ascension that we are on. Is this self-love empowerment journey of ascension, of expansion. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Is this ascension journey from 3 to 4 to 5D. Right now, you can definitely say we are in the 4D. We're in that inversion space. We're in the cocoon space. That is my perspective of this experience. Is 3D is your lower frequencies. 3D is the caterpillar, right? 3D is down here. It's heavy. It's dense. And it feels disempowering. Right? You really don't feel like you have a lot of power in the 3D, because you really kind of don't, in the sense of you recognize the limitations. You're tuning into fear and anger and guilt and shame. Feeling less than. You're not connected with your power there. And so that's what we're here for, us light bringers. We are here to illuminate this within ourselves and to help others see it in themselves. To find the light within each of us. To illuminate this path out of this abyss that keeps us separate from our power. Because guess what, sweetheart? You're a motherfucking butterfly. That's what you came to be. You came to spread your wings and fly, but you got to grow them first. You got to discover them. You got to realize them. You got to realize the wings that you have. Right? In order to do this, you have to dive into yourself. Right? You got to look at why and what. Why are you feeling the way you are? What is it that's brought you to this point? What in you needs healing? That's what this 4D space is that cocoon space, that transformation space from caterpillar to butterfly. And the entire fucking planet is on this ascension journey. Gaia herself is ascending. And we're here for this. I mean, how exciting is that? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I feel excited about it when I am immersed in my 3D shit. No. I don't sugarcoat anything like that. Nope. So the 4D is the space where you got to see, where you get to see all of the 3D parts of yourself that need to be transmuted, that need to be released, need to be healed, right? So you then can be birthed as your true self. Have some underlying emotion there. You're here to be you true. You're here to realize the wings, to realize the power that you truly possess. And the greatest power of all is love. And that's what 5D frequency is. Love. What just hit me in this moment is that the frequency of love is 500. 500. 5D. How beautiful is that? That just hit me. I love having, even when I'm doing these videos, I love when an inspired thought comes to me, which is intuitive. inspired, right? And have that moment of going, wow. 5D is flow. Love is flow. 5D is trust and surrender. 5D is soul. 5D is true unity. Whereas the 3D definition of unity is actually compliance. It actually means you blend in with everybody. You be like everybody else, or you're going to be made to feel bad, guilt, shame, blame, guilt, fear. I said guilt twice. There's a lot of guilt in the collective, I'm telling you, especially when you get into this cocoon space, this 4D space, which we are. But that means, though, that you kind of have one foot in the old and one foot in the new. That is this 4D space, the liminal space. And pretty sure I did a video on the liminal space, because when I first learned that word, I was like, how did I not know this word? I fucking love this, the liminal space. Whoa, I like words. And that liminal space, what that actually means is the space in between what was and what is becoming. So you're not what was, but you're not yet what you're becoming. So you're in that cocoon space. You're in that liminal space. And yes, it can be scary as fuck, right? It can, because you don't know what's coming, but you're not there anymore. And especially in this 4D space, you're going to be going, hey man, I really didn't like that space. And I really don't like where I am here either. However, I really didn't like where I was coming from. I don't like not liking myself. I don't like not believing in myself. It doesn't feel good to be telling myself I'm not good enough, or I can't have that, or he doesn't want me, or I'm too old, or I don't have enough money, I can't afford that. Whatever bullshit stories that keep you small, that keep you this caterpillar that's stuck to the ground. I mean, yeah, you can climb a tree or whatever, but you have such a limited perspective of your experience, and therefore you have a very limited experience. You don't actually recognize how limitless you are, this experience is. And how do you tap into that? Love. Source love, not the conditional, superficial, I need you love. That's ego. That's ego love. That's what karmics teach us about it, especially karmics. But yes, our twin flame's going to show us that too. That's when I do have a video about false twin flames. I personally, it does not resonate with me. I like to, kiss it, keep it as simple, silly as possible. And when you break it down, well, if you talk about a false twin flame, you're talking about a fucking karmic. Maybe on steroids, but nevertheless, karmic. But that twin flame, being your mirror soul, is going to show you your shit. Not just your good shit. They're going to show you your bad shit too. But that's the point, is they're going to show you the good. But are you going to drown it out by feeding the bad? By feeding that third dimension version of yourself, right? The blame, the shame, the guilt, the unworthiness, the fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, any of those states of being that you feel, that is ego. That is 3D. The ego is 3D. Duality is 3D. Fifth dimension is love frequency. It is surrender. It is allowing. It is flow. It is acceptance. It is intuition, inspiration, compassion, love, union. 5D is union. That's why when I would hear unity, my mind being a twin flame goddess, I go to union. Because to unite, that's what union is to unite, to come in to come together. And that's what that union energy is. But that's the thing, is you've got to come home to yourself. You've got to reunite. You've got to unite with you. Unite you. And that's what the cocoon space is about. Is this 4D ooey gooey icky cocoon space where you become literally, you like, it emulsifies. It becomes like sludge. You become, ugh. Like you literally are completely broken down. And that is what these Dark Nights of the Souls episodes or phases, whatever you want to call them, are about. All these ego deaths, which are aspects of yourself that are actually not you. They're your ego. But that part of you has to die because it's not you anymore. It's not you. It doesn't align with fifth dimension. You can't think caterpillar ways of thinking and be in caterpillar ways of being as a butterfly. You can't become a butterfly if you continue to think like a caterpillar and be like a caterpillar. It's about shedding these layers and stepping into your own divinity. You see, fifth dimension is recognizing that the only power you really have is over yourself. To tap into the knowing within yourself that you are supported, you are loved, that everything is working out for you, that you don't need to control anything outside of you because, well, everything does work out. And when you are in that love state, you draw unto you more experiences to amplify that love. Because you are in the frequency, you are aligned. You can look at it like, really? I'm seeing when I was in grade school and even high school, I'm talking a few years ago, where my music teacher, and we're talking chalkboard days, chalkboard days, had one of those cool little, because how much is on a music bar? There's 1, 2, 3, 5. So there would be 5 lines. There are 5 little holders for chalk, and he can make a single swipe and then put the treble clef on there. And I did a dollar sign. I really did just do a dollar sign. I caught myself there. But the treble clef, or no, it's this. That's right. It's been a minute. But so all these lines, right? So that's my point of this visualization here is the lines, right? So imagine with me that each one of those lines is a frequency, right? Your responsibility is to get in alignment with and embody the frequency that you, 1, desire to be in, right? And number 2, that is aligned with what you desire to manifest. Fifth dimension is at the top. The staff. Isn't that what it's called? A staff? Yeah. Again, it's been a few years since I've been in music class. I am not going to try to pretend this. But it's like above it, because there's another staff that stacks on top of the treble clef, right? And then you have the octaves, the higher octaves, right? We're talking high octave is the love frequency. But you've got to tune your voice, tune your frequency to that which is the love frequency. And that means you've got to be embodying that. So I have down here, how do you know when you are in each? Well, it's actually quite simple. When you are in fear or guilt or shame, when you are in this separation energy, you are definitely in 3D. When you are in fear, you are definitely in 3D frequency, 3D earth, 3D state, 3D realm. There's so many different words. I always like to do my best to include all of them since I love words so much, right? But when you are calm, at peace, when you're in gratitude, when you feel that love energy within you, that's 5D. When you have no need for trying to control. And I use the word try. I do have a video about the power sucking word try. It's an escape hatch for the ego. So this is why I'm using it right now, because trying, don't. It's time to be in that love frequency. And so what this cocoon space is allowing for you to do, to become, is a true beacon of unconditional source love. As you rise and thrive, as you realize the wings that you have, the power that you possess, right? You are pivoting from the old to the new. And that is definitely something else about 3D and 5D. 3D is very focused on the past. It's very anchored in focusing and reliving all of these things. This is why wars continue. This is what's been happening with the Matrix, is the mainstream narratives in schools, the way censorship has been online. All of these things are intentional to control the narrative, to control this timeline, to prevent this journey of ascension that we're all here for. Sidebar, don't watch the news. Don't. Do not believe a word they say. Turn off the television programming, because that's what it's been doing, is programming you to believe the bullshit. Okay? I actually broke up with news like almost 15 years ago. I just intuitively knew something wasn't quite right. All right? And instead, turn your attention inward to what you are creating for yourself. Be taking back your power from all of these external manipulators that are attempting, working overtime even, to keep you stuck in this third dimension caterpillar world. You're not a fucking caterpillar anymore, goddess. And I assure you that if you feel as though you're in this cocoon space, which the majority, if not all of you will, where you're just not quite sure what the fuck, you don't feel like you used to, but you're certainly not where you want to be, it's exactly where you need to be. Right? And I've mentioned this before, this 4D space is where you really get to harness your power. Where you're no longer giving your fucking energy to the past by way of continuing to tell the stories over and over and over. So as a result, you relive those stories over and over and nothing fucking changes. Because you're telling the stories of how it was. And you are then creating it to continue to be that way. Whereas in fifth dimension, we're pivoting from the past into the present and focusing that energy from the present to the future rather than the present to the past, where we're not even really present. We're still living in the past. This fifth dimension, it is about creation. It is about what you are being. Right? What's your frequency? What are you putting out? What are you creating here? Because what you're being is what is feeding into what you are creating. Even I admit, goddess, I have not created an in-depth vision for myself for a couple months, actually for a minute, because my ego has been in such a state of, well, look at the way the world is. You know, you can't just get on a plane and fly to him, right? Blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever bullshit story to keep me stuck in the old way. Excuse me. The rather than allowing myself, knowing, just as I did for Goa, India, holy crap, did I manifest like so much of everything I scripted out. It's phenomenal how it worked. Same with doing my new moon manifesting ritual in June. We had it June or July? June. Everything I scripted for my new moon manifestations for the ritual that had to do with my divine counterpart, he fulfilled. It was fulfilled. He called me within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, following the fuck fears full moon ritual, right? After that and clearing those blocks, he called me and oh my God, everything that I wrote out that he would say to me, he said in this video call. And I'm just sitting there going, I wish I could record this, but I don't have screen record. I need to get an app, a screen record app. I really do. Because I wish I had been able to record that video. Everything he said, I manifested. It's amazing. But that's what it is, Goddess, is you are creating your reality. And if you continue to feed the third dimension narrative, the past that you cannot change, that you have no power over, rather than utilizing the past as a tool, as a guidance tool to show you what you do not want and therefore what you need to change in order to then pivot and focus on what you desire to be creating and implement those changes so you get different fucking results. That's what it's time for. That's what this ascension journey is about, is creating a new earth. Not the new world order. Yes, that's a thing, blah, 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 whatever, okay? Believe me, I have seen more conspiracy theories be proven truths in this last year and a half that I'm like, can we stop now? Because I really don't want some of these other ones to be true. But it's all connected to the ones that have been proven true. Duh. I digress, though. That's the point, though, is that what we are feeding is what's growing. It's one thing to be informed, right? It's one thing to go, oh, that's happening. Okay, my power is not in trying to control that. My power is in controlling me. I am in the cocoon becoming a caterpillar or becoming a butterfly. I'm no longer the caterpillar that's caught up in all the bullshit of the matrix. And that is what the 3D is, Goddess. It is the matrix. Yes, this Earth school is a matrix. Reality is nothing more than perception, which is why we each have the power to create whatever reality we desire to experience based on how we perceive things to be. And that is what this journey of ascension is about, is again, realizing the wings, the power that you have to be creating the reality that you desire, to be creating the world that you have wished for your whole life. The world that I know for me as a little girl, 2, 3 years old, saying I was here to save the world. I'm here to save the world. And now I sit here going, that's what I meant. Exactly what's happening right now. Noted. The Great Awakening. The awakening of souls finally realizing that they've not been free. That now it's time to break free of the matrix that has been manipulating and controlling and keeping you in this third dimension, feeding, energetically feeding the third dimension matrix. It's time to call that fucking power back and be creating intentionally your 5D experience. So, where is your power in this? Well, sweet Goddess, first and foremost, practicing presence. That is such a major empowerment tool, is to practice that presence. Coming into the present. And there are different practices for practicing presence, different modalities for you to practice presence. Number 2 is to be allowing yourself to create a vision. And now, what you're going to find on this twin flame journey is at some point you will get to a point with your counterpart where it's like, if I end up with them, great. If I don't, fine. All I know is this is me. This is my vision. This is what I want. I mean, of course, I want this vision with my counterpart. But at the same time, I want all this, and this too. And the thing is when you let go of that outcome, right? That's the surrender. That's the knowing that what you're asking for is already yours. Create the vision with your counterpart. Create the vision of your dream business. Create the vision of your dream home, your dream vacation. Do it all. Because that's where your attention has got to be pivoting toward, Goddess. Is what you're creating. That's what this 5D New Earth energy is. Intentional manifestation. Intentional creation of your experience through yourself. Through recognizing the power that you do have. I feel perhaps that might sum it up for today. Right? Practice presence and create the vision. Because when you have a vision that you're moving toward, and then you come back into the present moment, go, is what I'm choosing or what I'm feeling, or are these things aligned? Like, again, the frequency lines. Is what I'm thinking and feeling and doing and being aligned with the vision that I desire to be experiencing? That's 5D New Earth power. It's 5D New Earth energy. 3D is disempowered. 5D is motherfucking empowered. Okay? Booyah! Oh my goodness. Just want to say I'm having so much fun recording content videos today. It has been a momentito. Okay, not a momentito, more like a momentato. I know that's not a word, but I just, being silly. Since I have done these videos and feels fucking awesome. That said, Goddess, I am here for you. Be sure to check out my other videos here on the channel and like this video. Subscribe to my channel for way more to come. And number 3, if you have a comment you would like to drop, I'd love to hear your perspective, your feedback, any aha moments, or if you simply want to spread love and amplify this message to reach others. Drop your little emoji comment signature. I appreciate you so much. I am sending you so much love, Goddess, as I am here to remind you that the power is in your hands. Everything that you desire in this experience, everything that you require to create these changes, to align with 5D New Earth, all of it, it's in your hands. Every bit. And if not, you take that shit back. Because guess what? That power is and always has been inside you. You're the only one that's ever given any of it away. And it's time to take that shit back. Because you deserve everything you desire. That said, Goddess, thank you so much. Namaste.